All right, so
1 minute, 1 minute. Sorry, we're just trying to mute everyone. The recording has started. Yeah. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the glitches we have. I think there's a little bit of technical glitches from our presenter tonight. I know we've already spent quite a number of time now, I think about 17, 18 minutes, so I won't really take much of your time. But what we have this evening is very, very important, and I'm sure the devil tried to play around, but I guess he came too late. Too late. And what we have is the first day of our 21-day program. And each and every one of us who has been part of this amazing opportunity know that we have something called 21 days disruptive session. And we've already explained this about a few days ago. What we mean by disruptive session is something that is a program that will take our business to the next level. And tonight, we have one of the amazing leaders who is going to share some very pathway to this great opportunity, what this opportunity means, what it carries, and how we can actually start looking at the future, not just now. You know, the importance of what we have in our hand is not something we can finish eating. I was sharing with somebody, this is just like we found an elephant. You can't finish eating it, you have to share it with the world. Because at the end of the day, if you try to eat it, you even suffocate and kill yourself. You can't eat it alone. This opportunity is too big, it's too massive, and it keeps growing every day. A lot of good things are still coming on the way. So guys, what we have is something that will actually make you lose sleep, because I've shared some files with our leader, and I'm actually going to be taking note tonight. Without no further ado, I will be introducing my upline, my business partner, my friend, my brother, Mr. Kwasi from Ghana. Brother, if you're there, take it up. Okay, I think this guy is struggling. It's struggling. Tando, can you please communicate with Kwasi? Let's know what the problem is, and you can help me assist him.
I'm trying to reach him.
Okay, all right. So leaders, we're having more numbers. If you're just joining us, kindly share where you're joining us from. We have a very important call tonight, a call that is going to shift our mindset. You know, a call
Brother, your co-host, you can unmute yourself now.
All right, thank you so much. Oh, guys, it's been a hectic time, but hey, we thank God so much for making it happen for us. So thank you so much once again for jumping in. I know I have taken a bit of your time, but I am here to share some interesting information with all of us. I believe that we all live here with our hearts filled with so much passion because of the kind of information we are going to share among ourselves. And this is going to be extraordinary. So if you have some juice or if you have some coffee you want to put by your side, kindly do that and let's have a very good conversation. So I am here to discuss with you the emergence of e-commerce and the African continent, and how does the African continent places itself be in this position and helps to really harness the e-commerce industry, and how do we take advantage of this enormous industry? I've always said the fourth industrial revolution has come to stay. So many things are changing very fast. So many things are changing very fast at a faster rate. And so what you would want to do as a person is to catch up with time, catch up with the trends. Because if you don't catch up with the trends, if you don't go with the trends, you are going to be crushed at the end of the day. So what is e-commerce? What does it seek to offer us, and how do we take advantage of this extraordinary industry? So e-commerce is basically, as we have always said, a business to business and business to customers online sales. The term has come to of everything has to do businesses trying to sell to consumers online. It could be a digital product, it could be a physical product that you trade with customers, whether domestically or overseas. And this one way or the other would include sales through a website or an online advertisement that is going to lead to a sale of a particular product, or in of itself, the totality of the brand itself that helps to tie the narrative for customers themselves. And we have seen a lot of things changed. The inception of technology, internet, how the world has evolved digitally. People who normally were doing business face-to-face, doing traditional commerce, have all upgraded and gone to the digital space. In 2017, Jack Ma made a profound statement and said, in the future, and when he said in the future, it could be the next 5 or 10 years, but we have seen it today. If you don't have your business online, you run out of business. You run out of business. You understand? So what we want to do now is that how do we take advantage of this enormous space, this huge industry that has come to stay, and how do we maneuver around it and take advantage of it? So that is basically the concept of e-commerce, trying to sell things, trying to do business, get consumers whatever product you have or a service through the online platforms and portal systems that we have. Now, what is the e-commerce infrastructure projection within the African continent? And that is going to be the main focus of our conversation this evening. God willing, tomorrow, we are going to discuss with you how we have put in systems, how we have structures to help advance these locations that we're going to see. So basically, ordinarily, the logic of this growth in this area is more based on technology jumps within the African continent and some economic infrastructures like banking system, telecommunication. And so generally, the foundation that makes this industry what it takes and begins to work effectively is all these industries coming together. And we have seen for the past years, the influx and the growth of all these industries hooping into the African continent. And what it's beginning to do is to make the things better. Once the infrastructure base is very good, once the payment portals are very perfect, once people can access all these online shops and merchants easily, it makes the whole industry go very well. And that is the verge on which the African continent is on now. We have seen a whole lot of influx into this continent. Now, these details I'm going to share with you was actually a research done by the Department of Commerce, United States of America. And we are not cooking these figures. This evening, you just forget the hype, forget the whole whatever. Let us pay attention to these facts and figures. This is inevitable. We don't have a choice. It will happen either ways. And you have to pay attention to it because that is how you take advantage. If you know more, you do more. Now, Africa's forecast is predicted to surpass 1 billion commerce users by the year 2025. And so if we go back to 2020, when we check the statistics very well, as of the year 2020, the active e-commerce users were around 281 million. And this was just 2020. You see, so in 2020, the growth that has happened so far in 2020 is massive. And the growth is over 100 million e-commerce users. In as much as the numbers are less, the growth percentage in these numbers are extraordinary. It's crazy. And so there are things we need to pay attention to. If you check the figures in 2020, as we are in now, in 2020, the total active online e-commerce users is around 387.8 million. This is the number of people who are day-to-day interacting with online shops and merchants and are transacting business one way or the other. That is 2020 now. Now, the next 3 years projection, which is to 2025, it is predicted that in the next coming year, the increase is going to increase to about 35%. Thus, 35% results in over 435 million active e-commerce users interacting with online shops and merchants and brands, dealing with them and commercing, doing business. That is 2023. In 2024, the numbers projection is to get to 476 million. And by the time we get to 2025, the projection by the Department of Commerce in the United States of America within the African continent states that the numbers are going to shoot up to 519.8 million active users. Now, how does these numbers make sense to us? And that's the reason why we're having this conversation this evening. Now, it is projected that there is going to be a 17.9% compound annual growth of online consumers for the e-commerce market. These numbers, as I have said early on, they are inevitable. You don't have a choice. They will happen regardless. You don't see, this is we having a very valid and detailed facts and figures concerning the industry that we seek to impact. And these are the numbers that are in our favor within the African continent. And this is a research done by the Department of Commerce in the United States and predicting and suggesting to companies who seek to come and take advantage of the commerce industry in Africa. And these are the numbers that is speaking to us. 17.9% compound annual interest, annual growth for online consumers for the e-commerce market. And that is very huge. That is very huge, which seeks to say that the current e-commerce active consumers who are dealing with online shops and merchants, that is around 387 million, is going to shoot to up to 519 million. And this increase in numbers for these online shops and merchants, for the likes of Jeff Bezos, Alibaba, Jack Ma, whatever, when they look at these numbers, they see money. Because if they can increase the active engagement on these online shops and merchants, which they own majority of them, what it means is that it is going to translate to money for them. So for them, they see the golden thing in the e-commerce industry. So that is the numbers for us in Africa. And as I have said, this logic is based and built on the mobile-driven concept in Africa. If people get access to internet, if people get access to smooth banking systems, if people get access to strong telecommunication networks and all that, and people can really interact freely with through their mobile devices with these online shops and merchants, automatically it grows. And that has been the catalyst for the shooting of these numbers. And these numbers are growing exponentially. And it's amazing. Some of these facts even shock me because Africa is even at the verge of growing faster than some of the European countries and some of the countries in Americas. Africa is the golden state for the e-commerce industry. And this is the reason why we need to pay attention to all these things. The 17.9% compound annual growth rate is amazing. And we can take advantage of this growth in the year 2025 by positioning ourselves in a way that we impact this industry positively by what we have in terms of our technology and our AI protocol systems that we have. Now, let me quickly take you to the emergence of mobile and internet penetration within the African continent. Remember, I have said that the basis for this growth, the basis for this exponential and compound growth within the e-commerce industry has to do with the emergence and the penetration of the mobile and internet penetration within the African continent. And that is very crucial for us. Now, the reason why we need to pay attention to this emergence is because we cannot do anything about it. The only thing we can do is to leverage on it. I always tell people, never work against the trend. Position yourself and run with the waves. And that is how life is. Now, this is some of the details that show you that within the African continent, Africa is the lead mobile device web traffic generation in the whole world. And that's amazing. What it means is that when it comes to web traffic generation, the African continent is number one. The African continent is number one. And that is a huge news for us. Africa leads the mobile device traffic generation sector within the whole world. Now, among this lead generation, 69% of its total web traffic consisting of mobile internet users as of 2021. 96% consists of mobile internet users, which seeks to say that these are people who are using their mobile phones and they are virtually moving around, interacting, lead generation. It has become a lifestyle. Now, the conversations we are having this evening is that how huge is this industry? How fast is this industry growing? How do I feed myself with all these details and take advantage of this growth? Now, this 69% mobile internet users is a very huge gap for e-commerce people to take advantage of. And you see, these conversations we are having, when I start to just look at all this information, look at the statistics, look at the research works and all that, I was amazed because the project we seek to take advantage of and impact the world with, I don't know the mind of the CEO, the mind of the founder, but I think this man is visionary because things that is supposed to happen in 2040, they are bringing all those things to us today. Now listen, 69% of this total web traffic generation within Africa has to do with people using their mobile internet. And guess what? The company is modeling what I call a spaceship that in just your finger, you can have access to over 12,000 online shops and merchants. That is not a mobile app. That is a spaceship. You might probably see it as a mobile app, but I see it as a spaceship with a very highly creative design that backs it. And these projections are great. This is 2021 and it's 69. How many people are coming up? How many youth are now getting into the use of these mobile phones and everything? And all these people are potential users because everybody would want to still commerce with people online. And those are the things we want to pay attention to. Honestly, I tell you, you may probably see the launching of the mobile app as a normal app that you can go on. But if you look at what it seeks to impact. Just being in your country, sitting wherever you can sit, you can be in the cafe, you can be in the gym, you can be in wherever, but you still have in your hands the world's 12,000 online shops and merchants, top brands, just in a click of a button. And that is huge. Now, research states that mobile internet users are eating up the general internet scope within Africa. And it is projected that between 2024 and 2026, the increase is going to be between 53% to 57.8%. Now, all these things are lead generation concepts. They are things that predict to you that the industry of e-commerce is invariably supposed to, it will grow automatically. These are not things you can control. You can't do anything about it. It's going to grow. And these numbers and statistics are in favor of the conversation that we are having. Now, there is one interesting quote that the Department of Ecommerce, United States made, and I want to read that quote to all of us so that we can put this thing in our mind. Now, this is what they say, that through their research, the most valid conclusive concept and approach for any company who seeks to do business in the various African markets should first of all think of the mobile first approach. Now, what do they mean by the mobile first approach? Mobile first approach simply has to do with bringing out products, services that people just at the click of a button using their phone can have access to. And that's what I was talking to you about. The company is launching, this is the world's only platform product that amasses and houses the world's top 12,000 online shops and merchants. And that is amazing. As I said, this is a life that is supposed to live by 2040, but we are having that in 2020. And that is amazing. Now, let me just share a story with you. That will just bring your mind to this same conversation that we are having. I always tell people, Tesla as a company, Tesla is not an automobile company. Majority of people will see that way, but Tesla is not. It's not an automobile company. It's not a car manufacturing company. No, Tesla is a data-based company. All the cars moving around globally, all the thing the cars are doing is to gather data. It is amassing, it is accumulating data. And so this is huge. So what do we have coming in these years by the launching of the mobile app is to fit exactly the prediction the Department of Commerce had made to happen in 2040. But we're having it in 2020. That is a huge breakthrough for us to take advantage of. I had opportunity to visit Dubai quite recently, and I made quite a number of observations. And one of the observations that I made was that most people will probably see their taxi cars as like the cab, the cars as just a normal car that picks people and drop them. But I saw something different. Every single taxi in that country is part of the security modeling of the country. And for those of you who want to know more, you can ask your friends and people who also think about it in that way. It's a security system altogether. Every single taxi in the country serves that purpose. And what I'm discussing with you, what I call that spaceship that is happening and coming into this project, this company, it is going to blow your mind when you have access to that platform. Think about it. Having the world's top brands over 12,000 online shops and merchants that works in over 160 countries, giving you access to over 1 billion products globally. Guys, this is amazing. This is amazing. And in the future, the prediction is the whole African continent commerce-based business will be a mobile-based market. So people who have taken the step ahead, we are ahead of the future. I tell you, we are so much ahead of the future. If you look at the concept, the project, the platforms, the infrastructure base the company has built so far, is for us to take advantage of all these numbers for ourselves. And that is very huge. That is very huge for us. Now, one other information that is actually hindering the progress of the e-commerce base in Africa has to do with the banking sector. Most people, even adults, do not own bank accounts. Most people are just like reluctant using these credit cards, debit cards, whatever, and all that. And we have only 10% penetration of the population within the African continent. But I'll come back to that. Now, globally, if we look at the various countries and we look at the growth of these banking percentages within the country, Kenya is currently leading in this area. We come to South Africa, we go to Nigeria, and then Morocco having a share of this industry space and all that. But again, guess what? The company brought in a solution. If you pick 10 youth currently in Ghana, you can get at least 7 who owns a digital currency wallet, which could either be Binance, it can be Trust Wallet, it can be blockchain, whatever. These youth are more connected to all these online platforms. And you can get 7 out of 10 people owning a digital platform and a currency. What did the company do? The company made a breakthrough when the company partnered with Binance to become an outlet payout for business partners and consumers globally. So even within these challenges that we face in Africa with our banking system, whatever, there are some countries I know the maximum money you need to send outside the country is $200 and whatever and all that. But the emergence of this digital currency space has also created a way. And what did the company do? The company put everything together. This is a project that places the whole digital currency concept, that places the whole digital commerce concept, and everything, and AI protocol systems, everything, and it fuses and merges it together. This is the industry you're exposed to. This is the platform. This is the project we are seeking to impact the world with. The numbers are in our favor. The projection, the infrastructure, the systems, everything the company has done is to place us ahead of time. And that is what we have here. And this is a big, big solution for so many people within the African continent. You can trade, you can transact, you can do business with just a click of a button on your mobile app. So this is a huge penetration for us. And for so many African countries, there are a lot of now the penetration of mobile money transactions with some systems that are all coming in to really harness the growth of this industry. Now, it is huge. This industry is projected to grow to over 46 billion. So the conversation we are having today, and I tell people, go and mark today's date down and just let's have this conversation again the next 2 to 3 years again. It is going to change totally. Many players within the European countries, the Americas, are all interested in Africa. Why? Because the fact, the documentation, the numbers are in the favor of the growth of e-commerce businesses here. And guess what? we had a gentleman who sat and could just get a glimpse into the future and built a powerful system, a powerful technology, a powerful platform for anybody who lives on this earth to have access and a share of this growing industry to take advantage of it. And that is the conversation we are having this evening. So for this whole 21 days, what we are going to do is we are showing you the emergence and the numbers and the growth of e-commerce within the African setting, expose you to the products and the technologies that we have for you to take advantage of it. And so you don't have to miss anything. This conversation I'm going to have, God willing, tomorrow, one of our top leaders, the senior vice president, the chief network officer of the company, is going to take us to how we can use these technologies to take advantage of these numbers. And I haven't seen a platform like this before. It just blows my mind. I am new to this. I'm just happy I made a decision to be a part of this. The numbers are extraordinary. After this call, you can just go and check on the Department of Commerce, United States of America site. Look at these details for yourself. Look at the numbers. It is mind-blowing. And that is the industry that we are in now. Now, what is Africans' online consumer preferences? Revenues for online sales of grocery and personal care products continues to grow, and it's forecast to continue steady growth through 2025. I always tell people in my presentations, I say, yes, I know within some African countries there are bad economies. Things are very hard. Notwithstanding, there are some basic things you would have to do. You don't have a choice. You will do it either ways. And two of those pillars, when it comes to groceries, you wouldn't wish, you can't survive. You wouldn't want to make a decision, I won't take groceries because the economy, no, you wouldn't. So you would ordinarily do it. And personal care products, you can't choose to do certain things. You would do it ordinarily. Now, these demands, these preferences within the African continent is the most basic form of growth for e-commerce businesses within Africa. And guess what? The platform and the system we have over billions and billions and billions of products in these lines. And what we are doing is, I am not selling a particular product to you. I'm not forcing you to buy a particular product. All that I'm saying is, I have a better way for you to still live your normal life, still get access to these groceries and personal care products. But at the end of the day, I'm helping you in this hard economy to make a living out of that same expenditure, out of that same need, out of that same inevitable things you need to do to survive as a person. Now, fashion and electronic products create the highest sales revenues among online shoppers within the African continent. Again, guess what? We have thousands of online shops and merchants on our platform that gives people access to these products. Now, I tell people wherever there is a complaint, if you can have a perceptive analysis of that complaint, then you create an opportunity. After creating the opportunity, what you have to do is to find a value proposition that will sell to the opportunity. And that's what we have here. People would have to live their normal lives. They would have to go through this process. What is our value proposition? Our value proposition is, come in, we show you a better way to live your life and even do more by impacting when it comes to your finances, by getting a cashback from the purchases that you do. And fashion products is predicted to reach 13.4 billion. And electronic product is predicted to reach as high as $11.2 billion in annual sales by 2025. All these things are going to increase. So the conversation we are having here, if you have ever had any doubts if you're already running with the project already, if somebody invited you to come on here, this is how huge the industry that we are working on is. It is huge. And the opportunity lies in there because we have a perceptive analysis of what the problem is, what the complaints are, and we have a good value proposition that we sell to customers and people that we seek to impact. And that is a very huge growth margin for us when it comes to this industry. Now, e-commerce by sector, when it comes to fashion, electronics and media, hobbies, furniture, appliances, food, personal care, whatever, between 2021, which is 2021 now, and 2025, 4-year difference. In 4 years, these are the projected increase and growth in every single sector. And these are in the billions. So when it comes to fashion, the projection is that in the next 4 years, it grows to 13.4 billion. And these numbers make sense because of, remember the discussion, we said the logic of the growth of this industry within the African continent has to do with the adoption of mobile internet, the adoption of banking systems, transactional systems, digital currencies. Africa is adopting these things at a faster rate, even more than some developed countries. And that is where the growth is. That is where the chunk of the money is. When it comes to electronics and media, it is projected that it goes to 11.2 billion. When it comes to things people would want to buy for their kids, hobby stuff and all those, it's projected to go to 7.4 billion. Furniture and appliances, 7.2 billion. So generally, the growth of this prediction within this industry is for the industry to grow as high as $46 billion. That is how huge this industry is. If probably this is your first time hearing about these numbers and the whole e-commerce industry on its own, probably you'd have to still go and look at these figures again and let it feed into your conscience. Because as I said, this growth, this increase, we don't have a choice. Africa is the least growth. Africa has the least recording growth when it comes to e-commerce, but Africa has also the potential exponential growth in the world. And that is the reason why all these online shops and merchants are interested in penetrating the African continent. Recently, Amazon announced that they would want to go build their base in South Africa. Why? Because they see growth in there, they see numbers, they see money. Now, we are not just coming into competition with Amazon. What we are saying is, okay, well, go, grow, build your infrastructure base, do whatever you want to do. But by what we have in our hands, the technology that we have, the protocol systems that we have built as a company, places us in a position to take advantage of the sales of these online shops and merchants. The growth, it's amazing. Imagine last year, Jumia increased their sales for over 47%. And that attributed to over $30.9 billion, euro, sorry. What if you had influenced that sale even by 0.0001? Do you know how much that means? So all these numbers and figures, that is growing. Now the question is, now we see the industry growing. We see how huge this whole industry is. We will leave you this night for you to go and start thinking about this industry. Start thinking about the numbers you have seen. And as scary as they could be, there lies a huge opportunity as well. And so now the question I'm asking you is, are you ready to take advantage of this industry? Are you ready to take advantage of this huge e-commerce infrastructure that is hitting the African continent and growing at an exponential rate and at a very fast rate. You have to be positioned. That is the advice we are giving. You have to be positioned. You can't fight this. I always tell people the only thing that is unchanging is change. Because you don't have a choice. You need to change, you need to evolve, you need to adjust, you need to grow. Everything changes. E-commerce, when it comes to buying and selling, either goods, physical products, services, whatever, everything has changed. It's going digital. This is your opportunity to take advantage of the growing industry and make the best out of it. Take advantage of this industry and make some extraordinary, build a very good wealth for yourself as well. And so what we are going to do, God willing, tomorrow, which is why I'm saying this is just a foundation to just feed your mind and your conscience with the kind of industry that we have, how huge this industry is. Look at the numbers. The numbers are just amazing. Now, the question is, how does me as a person, as an individual, be placed in a position where I begin to take advantage of this industry? And that is going to be our conversation, God willing, tomorrow. Don't miss it. Make time and be with us. Our senior vice president himself is going to take us through, as I said, this is a spaceship that we are building. That is how sophisticated this project is, this platform is. And if you find yourself in this ship, you can take advantage of what we have coming on in the world. In some few months, this is going to blow your mind. These figures are in our favor within the African continent. For those of us on the call who are Africans, this is what we seek to do. Get plugged, get involved, take advantage of this industry, and build a very good wealth for yourself. So thank you so much for being on the call. Once again, I believe you have had so much impact, you have had so much value, and this is what we seek to come to impact the world with. We have what it takes. We have the product, we have the project, we have the technology for a lot of people to take advantage and impact their life. Thank you so much for being my audience. Thank you for your patience as well. May God bless us all.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes,
right.
yes, Jeff, I want to say something.
All right. No, yeah. Unmute yourself.
Yeah. One second.
Wow. Thank you, leaders. Okay, before our leader come on board, I just want to say thank you, Leader Kwasi, for this. This is amazing. I'm blown away. When I see the numbers, my head is just spinning, you know. I was already in a different world, you know. Okay. Leader Khalid, take it up.
Yes. Actually, I wanted to thank Leader Kwasi for this very professional, informative session that he had given us to make us really understand the value of what we're talking about. He had broken up the business into a very important chunks. And actually, I was shocked when I knew that the biggest mobile web traffic is coming from Africa. This is hilarious, guys. You are sitting in a diamond mine, not gold mine. And I don't want to just take more time because I was excited and I just wanted to share with you. Can you imagine today we had 3 hours meeting with Ted, the CEO of Business for Home. And, you know, I discovered out that a lot of people, they do not understand our opportunity. Even someone like Ted Newton, who is for 35 years into network and know about all the companies, you know, when he understand the concept more, he was shocked. Ted Newton, the CEO of Business for Home. You know, and I'm sure if his position would allow him, he would jump and be part of it. But you know, he has to be a neutral to all companies. That's what Business for Home. And that's why we respect this organization, because they are giving a transparent, neutral information about the industry. So one of the things that I discovered that really sometimes we don't, and we underestimate that what people know. No, people, they don't really know the acceptance I'm getting. Before yesterday, I was sitting with the CEO of the biggest Arab bank with 46 million customers. His tongue throw down. You know, the acceptance we are getting from, it's not ever existed in the industry. And what Leader Kwasi had just given us, the fruit of the cake, and broke up the facts and the figures, no hype, no blah, 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 blah. Facts that you are sitting on a diamond's mine, but who are going to really witness the success are people who are taking advantage and securing their share. And I want to end up by giving you this promise, because also today I had 2 hours call with Mr. Michael Hansen. And next Sunday, not this Sunday, next Sunday, we're having a company call. Okay? Global company update call. I will tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, and especially people in Africa, and especially people with lower e-commerce penetration. This world tour in October is going to have the biggest update in the history of the company, bigger than the mobile app. It's going to be announced in October. And this solution, what's going to happen, I swear on my mother life, will not allow any company in the history of network marketing to dare, to think, to dream about competing with us. Because a solution coming with a bingo. I really wish I can share, but you know, I promise Mr. Michael, until things will go really into the testing panel and be applied. But my only humble, you know, heart promise, heart advice to every one of you, please, ladies and gentlemen, if you care about your future, your family future, and your country future, do what it takes to put the maximum business associates and partners of your team into the next African. Because what is going to happen after being with the company with 8 years really had brought me a goosebump. And you know, you just said it, Jeff, last time, you know, the 5 years in technology, you know, now the technology, it starts to update itself. Now, if we used to take like 1 year to 1 year to have a new updates, but because of the advancement of the technology we have, now the updates are coming at the speed of light. I will tell you this, after what you hear about in October, you can go and build a business even on Mars. Not on the Earth, on Mars. You can find creatures on Mars and you can build a business with. I know it sounds crazy, but you will see what's going to happen. I want to thank you again, Kwasi, for this great session, great informative session. And tomorrow, I'm going to take you all of the power of our business model and how it had really rewritten the history of our great industry.
You forget one thing.
What?
Habibi, come to Dubai. Sure.
Ah, yes. Ah, okay. Sorry. 1 second. Open. Can you see? Open the sunroof.
1 second. Again.
Okay.
Habibi, come to Dubai.
Habibi, come to Dubai.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. Guys, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. When we started, I inform all the leaders on call that you need to get all your team. Now, just imagine if you have 10 people in your network and the 10 of them were on this call listening to all this information, these data. Guys, these information are live. They're online. You can actually go and Google it. Like what my leaders say, this is not a hype. It is not a hype. It's something that is online the information are there for everybody to access. You just need to Google it, and you see, this day and age, it's difficult for you to lie to anybody. It's very difficult for you to lie. If you lie to me, I'll just Google it. The information will come to me live. So that's what we're saying. Everything is accessible for you. Guys, tomorrow is going to be another part information day. We'll be sharing the link in our WhatsApp group. Thank you for joining us, and sorry for the little glitches we have earlier. I see somebody raising their hand, Henry. Before I close the call, Henry, if you can unmute yourself.
Brother Jeff, just not to confuse the people, tomorrow is a presentation. After tomorrow is my session. Yes,
Thank you. That's
exactly.
what I'm saying. Yes. So
Yes,
what we have tomorrow, Wednesday, is a presentation. So guys, one of the things you need to do is to take advantage of these presentations, because all what we are saying now, the most important thing is for you to build your organization before the tsunami. Just imagine if you are having 50, 100 people in the system, and all this mobile app, everything, all the news coming, it start booming. Guys, you'll be in the forefront. This is so important. Tomorrow, same time, 8 o'clock, we'll be having our presentation, and it's going to be taken by our Chief Network Marketing Officer. All you need to do, guys, is just to invite your prospects. Just invite them for the presentation and leave the rest. The more you invite people, don't get tired. The more you invite people to this presentation, the more chances you have of them being part of your organization. And the more bigger your organization, the more you're going to take advantage of this big pie that is coming. Thank you guys for the evening. And I will say, God bless you. God bless your family. I'll see you at the top. Thank you so much.